Hey there. In this video, I'll be talking a little bit about who I am and how I got to the point where I can guide you through this course. I'll share some of the insights I got along the way and what they mean to me. Back in 2007, I started my business as a coach, and one of my very first clients called me up to ask if I knew anything about ADHD. I didn't, but I wanted to help him out, so I invited him in for a free session. When I studied ADHD, I could only find stuff that related to different kinds of outside-in strategies, like motivational strategies or behavioral change strategies, and none of them seemed to work in the sense that they took hard work and struggle only to bring meager or mediocre results. It didn't make sense to me that none of these strategies were inside-out strategies. None of them addressed emotions. None of them addressed cognitive strategies, thinking patterns, belief systems, or even self-worth and identity issues. So I set out to explore ADHD and how my methods could help this very first client with his challenges. I coached this 40-year-old male for 6 months for free. He was to challenge me with every single aspect of his ADHD, and I got to put every tool in my toolbox to use on him and on his mind. 6 months later, he was naturally on time. He ran his own company and had products on their way to market. I have since worked with children from 6 years up, teenagers and adults for more than 2,500 hours, and I can safely say that I have learned more from my clients than from any of the books I have read or the conferences I have attended. The books were, again, mostly about outside-in strategies and about how to struggle your way to mediocre results. My training as an NLP coach was about what is going on inside of people that make them act like they do. This is the deeper layer I would like you to understand, to experience, and to be able to make transformations in with your child. One of the most important insights that allowed me to help my clients was the Rosenthal effect. Rosenthal was a psychologist who created an experiment where a school class was given new teachers. Rosenthal then tested the students and chose 20% of them completely random. These new teachers were then told that the 20% who were randomly selected were actually sprinters, high achievers that the teacher could expect good things from. After a full school year, Rosenthal tested the students again and found that the random 20% now had become higher achievers than before. Now, the parents and the teachers did not know about the experiment. Only the expectations of the teachers were manipulated. When the teacher thinks that a child is a high achiever, the child becomes a higher achiever than before. I took this insight with me into the coaching of people with the ADHD diagnosis, in the sense that I refused to let outside claims about their ability to change affect my beliefs. I challenged myself to keep an open mind and let my clients show me how much they could change. And to this date, I still haven't found the limit for how much a person with the ADHD diagnosis can change and transform what is going on inside of them. What you think of your child's potential for transformation is the potential for transformation that they allow themselves subconsciously. Which also means when you do think that their potential for transformation is enormous, then you're about to see massive change. In 2010, I had worked with so many children and their parents that I created first a 2-day workshop for parents and later an online course for parents. These two paved the way for what I am teaching you here in this transformational parenting series. In 2012, I started a coach training program called ADHD Professional, where I train teachers, social workers, and other professionals how to help people with the ADHD diagnosis using the same methods that I use on a daily basis. And then in 2016, I started Transforming ADHD to reach you and many more parents around the world. In 2007, I did not know anything about ADHD, and now I am fiercely committed to helping children, teenagers, and adults transform their ADHD through cognitive enhancement and inspire them to become extraordinary with their unique gifts and talents.